Hello everyone. Now, last tutorial we have learned how do we connect with MongoDB with Mongoose, and we have inserted the data. Now in this tutorial we are continuing on the same track, and now we are going to establish the connection between MongoDB and a web API through Express.js. So let's get started. So now last tutorial we have covered which is Node.js and Mongo's connection. Now let's start with your connection between Post API and your MongoDB. So now we have a web server, and we are using with the help of Express. It's a web framework, and Mongoose, which is the interaction between your database server and your web server, and database server which we are using as a MongoDB, and Mongoose, which is the interface. So let's interact with the Post API and let's write a code. So now I have written that APIs with the help of Express. So if you want to connect with MongoDB and you are with Express.js, we have 3 steps need to follow. First step, we need to create a connection of Express. So already we had discussed about Express. So Express, we required Express as a, you need to import require Express and need to create a reference of Express. So app is now defining Express. App.listen, I need to pass the parameters port number, and second one is IP address. IP address is your local IP address where your it's a called as a local hosted IP address. Now local hosted IP address means, so now suppose I have connected with my local IP address, and if I am searching my network, so I am using MacBook, so I'll getting my MacBook. So now this is my Wi-Fi and this is my IP address. So you should mention this IP address. You should mention this IP address, and now you can use this IP as a local hosted IP address. So let's go back, and now so first parameter is your port number. You can mention any port, but 3000 will be okay. This is the callback. So callback, you are receiving it's connected or not. This will giving you confirmation. Let's comment it out everything and only run the Express part. Then later on second and third step will cover. Save it and go back to terminal and run clear. Now it's not different file. Node post Mongoose. Now listening into port number 3000. Now we have connected with the Express listening in the port 3000. Next step, I need to connect with MongoDB. This is the second step. Okay, so I'm connecting with the travel DB. I want to connect with the travel DB which has been created last. Yeah. So now what is the travel DB? The travel DB is my database name. So I need to connect with the travel DB, and yeah, that's it. Now compile it again once. Mongoose. Yeah, now connected to DB also, and we are connected with the web framework, web API. So through the listening port 3000, connected with Express also, and now connected with MongoDB also. That is my second step. Now I need to write a post API. So for writing a post API, I have a reference app which is Express. third and final step. Now post API. So first we required to write a post, app.post, and app.post we are passing three parameters. One is your add menu, which is a URL. First one is your URL, and second is your function. Function is a callback. So whenever we calling the post API, and so if I successfully added the things, so it will be coming inside of this function callback. Otherwise it's throwing error. Suppose you are unable to connect with database or something else, so it's directly coming to error section. Now in this section again we need to follow the three steps. First step, need to create schema. Now suppose I want to add a new schema in a TravelDB. I can create with the name user. So suppose I want to add user. So user has a name, user has a phone number, user has underscore and phone number and email. So I am making it 3 only. Next one, this is your user model. So now need to create a model, or you can say it's schema. It's not model, it's a schema. Schema, and the schema I need to convert into the form of a model. So and name of the schema is user. Save it, give it the name of the model class user. Now if you are sending the data from REST client, so I need to pass the URL body. So what is body? From body I am passing the data, so through the request object. So if I say request.body, I should get all the data which has been passed by user. So now I am passing in the form of JSON, so I should receive the JSON object here, and this is the model. So converting that model into your object. So user is a type of user, and user is a model, and which contains name, phone number and email. So first step, schema number 1. Second step, create a model. Number 2, for creating a model, mongoose.model, and need to pass the schema name. So now in that name one collection should create in MongoDB in the database name TravelDB. User schema is the data, which is a model, which the exactly same name, phone number, email should created in the database in the form of user. Now second and third step, need to create an object. Third step, object. Final step, I need to insert the data into the database. So what is the name of my model? My model name is, or object name is user. Save it, and now send the result. Added user, and the API name is add user. Save it. Now done. Let's compile it again. Clear. Now my API is add user. Add user is your API name. Let's go back to your REST client, and this is your API, and body I should pass name travel Abhishek, email, let's say abc@gmail.com, and third and final thing is your phone number. So phone number, phone underscore number, and here it is. Let's give any dummy number and send the data. So this is not localhost, I am using as a 192.168.1.3. let's copy it, 103, and the port number is 3000. Let's change it again. This is my API, it's done. Add user. Now I am sending the data. So if it's done, yeah, now added user is coming here. Now it should be added on the MongoDB database. So let's go and open console, clear everything. Now show collections. Now see, we have two collections, users also. Now db dot users dot find. Now see, you getting here name Abhishek, email abc.gmail, phone number is this. So now exactly same data I have sent from the postman. So now this is the way to write a API, a post API, and connect to the Mongo database with the help of Mongos. Thanks for watching and keep watching our videos, and next we are going to continue to send the data from Angular client. Thanks.